Welcome back to We Are Liars. Another week down, mid-January. What the hell?
What the heck?
2025 is just
Flying by.
flying. I wanted to shout out, we have a new pledge, Callie, who became an A-team member.
Callie, welcome.
Welcome. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much.
Let us know what brought you.
Would love to know. Was it PLL?
I mean, I assume the people now who are here
right?
are for PLL. So thank you for joining us. Hopefully you listen and welcome. So we're talking about season 3, episode 10, titled What Lies Beneath, aired August 14th, 2012, written by Janelle Lennon and directed by Patrick Norris. Britt asks, What Lies Beneath is a creepy movie. Curious, have you seen it? I'm going to say for Michelle, no. I don't think Michelle's like, have we done that one?
No. I know we haven't done that on Movie Friends, but
I have never seen it.
Who's in that? Do you know?
I don't know. I didn't look it
Why
up.
do I feel like it's Nicole Kidman?
Probably.
It
sounds like it's like a 90s horror movie.
It's a horror mystery from 2000. Liz, you are close, and it's Michelle Pfeiffer.
Oh, I love Michelle Pfeiffer.
And Harrison Ford.
I love Michelle Pfeiffer.
I mean, Michelle's great, but I have not seen it.
No. She said it's creepy. I'm into it. I'm going to watch it. I'll see if Wren wants to watch it. So the summary is the Hulu summary. It's a good one. After learning that Noel and his family's cabin had something to do with that night and possibly the disappearance of Maya, the girls become increasingly suspicious of Noel, investigating the cabin further to uncover any clues that could link him to Maya's disappearance. They also start to piece together the events of that night, trying to understand what role Noel might have played.
Roll
Noel. Thank you to user at JordanDang2241 on YouTube who suggested I use the Hulu summaries.
Woo! Thank you so much. And hey, if you're watching on YouTube, this is a perfect time to hit subscribe. Ding.
Ding. Like, comment.
Yeah.
Let us know.
Please.
Because we see that you're here. We'd love to just, hear from who you guys are.
Engage a little bit.
Just engage with us.
Please.
We love it. Thanks. So we'll start with our girl, Emily. Hanna ends up finding a letter. So it seems Ashley got a delivery of a tree.
Yeah, they're rearranging their porch plants.
And so it's not the right one, and she needs to move it out of the way and tells Hanna to move another plant so that she can make room for this plant. And while Hanna picks it up, there's a note underneath. So, yeah, Michelle's like, of course there's a note.
I know,
How do we know?
I was very confused about this, but how was... Okay. Maybe I should hold it to the end.
You can marinate in real time with everyone.
No. But my question is, Maya obviously wanted Emily to find this note because Emily was living at Hanna's.
Right.
How would she ever know it was there?
I think maybe she had left it. I'm assuming she put it somewhere she thought Emily would find it, and it ended up getting blown away.
And underneath the pot? What?
Stuck? Or maybe she assumed Emily would look there. I don't know.
Why would Emily look under a pot?
I don't know. Maybe they have a hiding spot or something. I doubt that's the case.
Okay.
It's very convenient. However, Hanna finds this note and it's from Maya. Emily says, it's her handwriting. They say it's the date that Maya was killed. And it's a letter stating that Maya can't be contacted on her phone because it was stolen. And she wants Emily to meet her somewhere, but they don't know where because it was washed away by the rain. Of course.
How is that the only part that's washed away?
Of course.
I mean, of course, right, for storytelling purposes, but...
Right. Or and I was seeing blah, blah, blah that night. That part would have been, of course, washed away by the rain.
Right.
And the girls think that Maya, yet again, we hear this every second, Maya found out something about Allison and Garrett's, how pinning Garrett on her death or whatever. And, she was going to tell. And so he killed her. They're still on this.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So they thought maybe that's what Maya was going to tell Emily. On top of all of this, Emily has to deal with the fact that, her and Paige are doing really well so far.
Yeah.
And then she also has the mix of Nate involved in her life now. It's a lot going on. She's got the A stuff, Maya's death, Paige, Nate, so much.
Yeah,
the new job.
Nate just like ties into the Maya stuff.
Yeah, yes, but he's just very involved. Like he's the lost puppy that doesn't seem to like hang out with anyone else but her.
Yeah, and he feels the closest to her.
Yes, and
she
understandably because they have this trauma bond together.
Right.
But he's just like always wanting to hang out with Emily. He feels close to Emily. He likes hanging out with her. He's obviously attracted to her. He said it multiple times, like, you are the girl. I have my eyes on you, but you're not into guys.
You're the hottest girl here.
You're the hottest girl here. Yeah. So,
and then he got turned down by Jenna. So he has no one to.
He's got such a hurt ego.
Release that part of himself.
Exactly. He wants to be wanted.
Sure, we all do.
And so he's been let down for the fact that Emily now obviously is not into him.
Mm-hmm.
Or at this point, so he thinks. Mm-hmm. And then Jenna turns him down.
Yeah.
So he's got a really bad hurt ego. He sees Jenna with Noel at the cafe and he immediately goes up to Jenna. He like just very in her face, outwardly nasty, says, I have a present for you. And when should I stop by? Should I get it for you? And she's like, leave me alone. Like, I don't want anything to do with you.
He's so aggressive.
He's too aggressive.
What present is this? I forgot what he even said.
I think he ended up buying her earrings or something when they went to Cece's store. I don't remember exactly what it was, but he bought her a present. He's using that as an excuse, but also like in a condescending way to come by. He's like, what time can I meet you there? Obviously, like he's just
taking out his anger on her and the fact that she turned him down.
Yeah. And then Paige and Emily decide they're going to watch a movie tonight. Paige is upset because the coach told her she couldn't swim because she got a C and it brought her average down. And so Emily and her plan to date and watch a movie, get Chinese food, hang out. But that's all ruined by the fact that, well, you would think Emily and Hanna getting locked in Noel's cabin for hours, but that's not what ruins it. What ruins it is that Nate ends up on her front porch. And he's sad. He's saying, I'm sorry I acted out at the cafe. I'm just really sad. I miss Maya.
Maya's death is affecting me
so
more
much
than I thought it would.
Right. And she's like, I'm so sorry. And she shows him the stuff they found at the cabin, which we'll get to. And they're just reminiscing, looking through things. He's like, oh, I know Maya wore this, 3 summers ago or whatever. And he's crying and Emily is crying and they hug. And it's that typical, apparently very common thing that happens in Rosewood. That you kiss when there's no attraction. Or I guess not that there's no attraction, but
the second time in a short amount of time in this season.
It was within 2 episodes, I think. Kate had emailed me and she's like, oh my God, when you guys talked about this scene between Hanna and Wren, all I thought about was this scene between Nate and Emily. And she's like, I hate this scene. Of course, I can't stop thinking about this scene. But that was the first scene she went to. And I was like, I didn't even remember this happened. I didn't even remember Hanna and Wren kissed either. Like, I couldn't remember any of this stuff.
Well, I'm sure over the course of the entire series, this is not important.
It's not important. Yeah.
Right. Wow. You know what the thing is, though?
They were kissing for a while, too.
That's exactly where I was going. Thank you, Liz. That's exactly where I was going.
It wasn't like a little... Hanna and Wren was like barely anything.
And Hanna pulled back, right?
Yeah.
But Emily would kind of like let herself go into it, which makes me think, Emily, were we a little bit curious? Which is fine, about like what it would have been like to kiss Nate.
Right. Maybe she finds him attractive.
Sure.
Maybe she feels... the only connection to Maya is him.
Right.
And she misses Maya.
Yeah, there you go. That's another reason.
It's like, but do you need to kiss the person?
Well,
I don't know. Like, I couldn't
keep
imagine.
Trying to put myself in a situation where if someone, a friend of mine, kissed me, would I get lost in it? And for how long? Or would I react and be like, whoa, hey man, I don't want any trouble. Like I used to say in jujitsu. Hey man, I don't want any trouble. Like, you got to pull back. But, like, when do you pull back? Did you ever come to our jiu-jitsu classes?
Yes, I came for Buddy Week one time, and it was a blast.
I'm glad you liked it because we hated it.
I know you guys hated it.
But do you think that too, right? Like, I think since this has happened very recently in what we've watched, we've been, like, really focusing on this of would we let this happen? But maybe you do get caught up in the moment.
I don't know.
We still haven't gotten any emails, right?
No,
no
guys,
of our
let us
listeners.
know,
Maybe our listeners
please.
are like, no, this
happens.
This happens, or it
doesn't
does
happen.
not happen. It does not
I
happen.
don't think it happens. It happens in TV. It happens in movies.
Yeah,
It just happens.
mm-hmm.
And unfortunately for Paige, she's her shit-eating grin walking down the sidewalk.
She's
her Chinese food ready in hand, and she sees them kissing. And it's not like she sees them pull away. She sees them full out in that moment, that passionate, heated moment. And she walks away. She is pissed, as one would be. She throws the Chinese food in the garbage. She kicks the garbage can over, like, devastating.
And she's already down because
The swimming
didn't work out or whatever.
And also she was a little jealous of him to begin with.
Yeah.
Because not only does he take her time, but he clearly is into her. So they're kind of fighting for the spot.
Right.
Even if Emily is not romantic with him. Like I said, she's the only person he knows in town. And he just spends all of his time trying to find her.
And since he's the link to Maya and
right.
Emily,
it's like, how can you
Emily's
compete with that?
How can you compete with that? Her signals are up.
Yeah.
I don't blame her for the way she reacted.
Absolutely not.
I was asking Liz, like, would you approach your partner making out with someone else? Or would you walk away and then bring it up later?
Or maybe I would walk away and then come back. Like, after I thought about it for a second, and then come back and be like, excuse me, hello, hi, I'm here.
I wonder if I would, like, walk up and be like, hey, no.
Like a kid touching a flame or something. No, don't you do that.
Or would I just be so
I don't know
hurt?
how. Right. You would just be so
Take a
devastated
picture,
or just
video
so
it.
shocked.
Yeah. Hopefully we never
have to deal with that.
Catching our
But yeah,
partner.
let us know if you have any stories about catching
If you'd like to share.
a cheater.
Catch a cheater.
But I mean, this is a different situation. I guess we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it again next week.
Oh,
There will be some stuff, but yeah. So that's really where they end it.
Well, are we going to talk about the gym scene? The locker room scene?
Oh, well, yes. And then she says to Paige the next day, how are you feeling? And Paige says, I was just sick to my stomach. I was sick to my stomach.
Good line.
And you think that Emily knows she knows. She don't know she knows. They don't know that we know that we know.
I do, because I feel like when Emily read that text
She was like, huh.
from Paige, like, oh no. Like, your gut can tell you. And then the way Paige was acting towards her, like, what'd you guys end up doing? You know, because you think Emily's going to tell her, like, oh, Nate stopped by. He was really upset.
We kissed.
He was so upset. He kissed me. We got lost in it. I want to be honest with you because we're just starting out.
Right.
How would Paige react? Maybe you don't bring that up in the locker room. Maybe you'd be like, I need to tell you something.
Right.
Can
And
we
then
talk?
unfortunately, she does get the whistle blown.
Yeah.
So who's to say she wouldn't have said anything? But, you know, she doesn't say anything in this episode.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
TBD.
Mike and Kate says, what's going on with the situation? Will Emily get a chance to confess to Paige before she reveals that she saw this happen? Like, who's going to say what first?
I think Paige is going to pull back. Emily's going to be like, why are you acting so weird?
Mm-hmm.
And Paige is like,
I saw you.
I saw you, or I have a feeling. And then Emily's going to be like, let me explain. And Paige is going to be like, you know what? I can't do this. I can't be in your life and do this again with you. I like you too much. And you still are wrapped up with Maya and Nate.
It's true. Like, she's coming in a time, not that I wouldn't say she's a rebound, but it's a time where it's unfortunate timing for them.
Right.
It's a lot going on. The murderer is still to be determined.
Right.
Maya's not at rest, so it's hard. And then there's Nate, who's like keeps drudging it up. Unfortunately,
right.
You know, they have to deal with it, and they should talk about her. They shouldn't just keep it under hush hush. But yeah, it's unfortunate for Paige.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
it's not fair.
It's not fair. So
that's what I think is how it's gonna go down.
Good predictions.
Thanks.
Arya has not stopped thinking about Maggie. She keeps bringing her up. She just can't understand why Ezra doesn't know anything about her, where she went, why, you know, anything. She wants the answers, and Ezra doesn't have any answer. He never bothered her. He never called. He never emailed. Never followed up to know where she's living, what she's doing, how she's doing.
I kind of get it.
I get it. Why would, you know, at 18 years old,
Yeah.
your mommy says, I took care of it. You're like, great. Okay.
I'm going
Sad,
on with my life.
but I have to go. Yeah. He says, I became a Fitz and I moved on, didn't go to I think was it Vassar, whatever he was supposed to go.
Mm-hmm.
And he came out to Hollis and he said, I'm good. I'm a changed person.
Yeah, I mean, how many
Past
times?
is in the past.
Right. How many times do you think about your high school or past ex?
Right.
Or, I mean, especially the situations.
Right. This situation where it's like,
different.
okay, you potentially would have had a child with this person. And then it's like, you never speak to them ever again. It's really, and I'm sure he feels guilt about it. And we'll see in next week's episode. He's like, I just feel guilty about not knowing who she is.
Revisit those feelings. So
Right.
you just kind of.
You store them away.
Right.
And that's it. And so they have a little bit of like a fight,
Mm-hmm.
if you will, in the morning because he's like, well, why don't you tell me about Jenna and A? Like, we both have secrets and that's okay.
Yep.
And she's just more hurt than I feel like normally she should be. And I feel like also they really haven't, them at their age, haven't really had that many past relationships. I mean, her especially hasn't had no past relationships. Ezra, shockingly, has had a knocked up 18-year-old girlfriend and then apparently got engaged at like, what, 21?
To Jackie.
He's got a whole lot going on.
Well, it just shows the difference in experience that they both have gone through separately.
Right. And how Ezra lives his life, like he's a very confused person, I feel.
Well, I think he hasn't dealt with a lot of it.
He doesn't know. I feel like he doesn't know who he is. He's not a confident person. I feel like he doesn't actually know who Ezra Fitz is.
Agreed.
Family drama.
Yep.
You know, it's like writing on the wall, like gets engaged really young and, you know, unfortunately gets someone pregnant and it's just, he's a little bit of a mess.
Yeah.
And Arya has never had to deal with mess before until like her parents' divorce and that whole cheating scandal. And I feel like now being with Ezra, like she's actually living a relationship that she's never done before.
Yeah. Yeah. And her whole having to do this and then having to deal with her parents happened in a very short matter of time.
Right. And so she's had to grow up fairly quickly.
Yeah. Yeah. And then, you know, the murder.
And then there's murder. Her best friend's murdered. And then another girl is murdered in town. And
there's that.
There's so many added layers to these girls that they just never stand a chance to have anything normal in their lives.
Mm-hmm.
But later on, Ezra finds Maggie. We're not sure. We're thinking maybe Facebook at this time. Maybe
What's the
probably
plan here?
What's the plan? What do you think's the plan? Actually, we'll just ask you that.
You know, when he said that and she was like, oh my God, you did. I thought he was going to be like, yeah, and I'm going to send her a message or just check in. But then Arya's just like, you know what? Your past is your past. My past is my past. We good.
Right.
And I don't know.
Do you think we're going to like reach out to Maggie?
I do. Why would we bring this up that he found her?
Right. Yeah. He found her. She lives in Delaware. That's all we know.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. Then we have this side story, which is very enjoyable, of Arya seeing her mom kissing Zach in her classroom, in Ella's classroom.
Mm-hmm.
He set out this spread, hummus, charcuterie, prosecco.
He like grows his own veggies.
He made his own bread.
What?
Oh, he's
Zach.
so yummy.
I was just gonna say we are a yummy
He's a
yummy man.
pretty stand-up guy.
So far,
who knows?
So far,
time can tell.
And I forgot about Zach. Not really. It's just we haven't.
No,
seen
I don't think
him.
we mentioned him at all last week, right? We didn't see Ella.
No,
any of that.
No.
But Arya's like, I didn't know he was so cute and so young. And Ella's like, yes, he's younger. And Arya's like, it doesn't offend me. It doesn't bother me. He seems like he likes you and you like him. And she's like, yeah, I do. And I'm also dating this guy and this guy and this guy. And Arya's like, slow your roll, mom. Like, I thought that you were trying to like weave someone in very slowly and you're like really going out there. And she's like, it's just coffee. Like, I'm just, she's just trying to get to
Go,
know what she
Ella.
likes, who she likes.
Yeah, because she's been with the same person since
Since she was in the
12th grade.
In the 12th grade.
So we were trying to do the math, right? She's 10 years older than Zach.
Right.
So I'm thinking she's probably in her mid-30s.
Mid to late 30s.
Yeah. Her
So
and
he's
Byron.
in his mid to late 20s. I think that's what the show thinks. To me
Maybe.
in real life, they're not. They're definitely 40, 30. But in the show, maybe it's 20,
right,
30,
like
you know?
maybe Ella's 38, 39, and he's
Right, because if Arya's 16,
20,
17, and her and Byron were high school sweethearts, they got married. I'm assuming they got married fairly young.
yeah.
So the max, I think they got married is probably like, what, 22? Like right out of college. Max. So I was thinking she probably had Arya when she was like 20 years old, 21.
Yeah.
So she could be like, 35.
You know how these teen dramas.
Yeah.
The parents are always young. So like, I'm probably the same age as Ella.
Right. But in real life, we're probably the same age as Zach. I think
Right.
Holly is not 35 here. I think Holly was definitely older here. But
Right. Yeah.
yeah.
Either way, he knows how old she is.
And he's okay with it.
Yes.
And she's okay with him. And she likes him. And
yeah.
he says she's interesting. Like, she's the most interesting person that he's met. Like, out of all the women his age, which is 10 years younger, whatever that is, she's the most interesting.
He claims he only has eyes for her.
It's so cute.
He's not seeing anybody else. He's so cool the way
He's
he
so
delivers
cool.
that.
He's so confident.
Yeah. Oh, man.
This is a confident man. You
This
think
is
Ezra
a-
Fitz? Not at all.
Yes.
This is a man.
Yes. This is confidence without being a dick.
No, he's not douchey at all.
Yet.
And if he is, Arya's going to squash his scones. So, I mean, our listeners want to know, Kat says, will Arya have the chance to crush Zach's scones? Or will it work out between the two?
I want Ella to have a win
Me
so
too.
badly. We need a good relationship. And if it's the parents' sideline, like, give it to them.
Right. The parents out of all of them deserve to be happy. The girls, okay, we can keep messing with them.
Byron, torture him a little bit,
yeah,
but Ella would be great and Ashley would be great. Since we're talking about the Montgomerys, where's Mike?
I know. It's been a really long time. I
haven't thought about him until like tonight. I was like going there. I'm like, wait a minute.
Well, even
Where's
the
Mike?
2 weeks ago when Diane's like, your brother's past arrest record. I'm like, oh, right. Mike Montgomery.
Oh, yeah.
You have a brother.
Where are you?
He's not gone. I just don't know when.
Yeah. I know.
We'll do him
It's
again.
kind of me just like asking to ask. I don't
Yeah,
even
it's
answer.
been a really long time.
Thinking about you, Mike.
Hope you're well. We've been thinking about you. So Hannah ends up telling Emily that her and Caleb, they kind of reconciled, but she's afraid to do anything. She's afraid that A will find out because he now knows about A, or as much as he can know about A. And so she feels like now that that's on the line, she's more determined than ever to figure out what this Maya stuff could have to do with A, if anything.
Yeah.
And so she goes on Maya's website and she's blowing up pictures from Maya's website and printing them out and just seeing if she can cross-reference anything, which you were talking about last week, and being able to see what's in the background. And so her and Emily come across the the Kahn's cabin. And so they're like, that's weird. It's the middle of the day. She's in pajamas, as Emily said.
Did she look like she was wearing pajamas?
I don't know. To me, it was hard to tell because they didn't really show anything, but I guess
like
to them,
tank top
it was pajamas.
with her that selfie arm.
Yep, love it so much.
Yeah.
So they zoom in, they see she's at the Kahn cabin. They decide we should go there just to look for any clues. And when they get there, there are beer cups everywhere, and it's disgusting. And Emily's like, "There's no way Maya would want to meet me here." I'm like, you don't know that.
Is this cabin so far in the woods that the gate makes it so you don't have to lock the actual cabin? Like, the cabin's just unlocked.
It was unlocked, right? They just kind of walked in. And you do see there is surveillance cameras.
Yeah, but they don't know that.
They don't know that.
So maybe the Kahns are like, we don't need to lock up the cabin because who goes
out there?
Yeah.
It's, as we know, 30 minutes outside of Rosewood, whatever that means. Maybe
Right.
it's so desolate in the middle of the woods that nobody knows it's there.
Right. Yeah. And there's a big gate, but they just walked through
Right.
it.
They walked in. The house is disgusting. They look through things. They don't really find anything. I don't really know. They don't really know what they're looking for. They don't. They don't really know if there's going to be any clues.
They don't, yet they're finding things quickly.
Exactly. There's a door. They open the door. There's like a mantelpiece in there. They end up pushing that aside because Hannah sees there's another door. They open the door and they go in, and it seems like there's like some sleeping supplies, like someone was staying there. And then Hannah just opens the bench, a wooden bench. I'm like, how do you know there's things in there? She opens the bench, immediately finds Maya's bag.
It's like she opened that bench knowing
Knowing
Maya's
it was
bag
there.
would be in there.
Mm-hmm. And in there, they realize it's Maya's bag because, well, first of all, Emily says it's Maya's bag, but inside is a card that Emily had given to Allison on her 14th birthday. She handmade. And she says Maya must have found this while living in Allison's old house. A knife, like a switchblade that has the initials LJ on it.
Mm-hmm.
And then a bus ticket out of Rosewood, which obviously was never used. And the girls are like, Maya never left Rosewood. And Michelle and I were like, we know that. I don't know why they're making this like a big deal. I'm like, did I miss something? Isn't it to be assumed this whole time she didn't leave Rosewood? She was murdered in Rosewood.
Right. And according to like the last time she was seen.
Right. Like I guess because she had been missing for a few days, they thought she ran away. But especially if they found her body in Rosewood, why would they assume that she had left Rosewood?
And so she was staying at the Kahn's, it seems.
It seems that way. She was in pajamas during the day at the Kahn's. There was also sleeping supplies, like sleeping blanket and stuff.
Right.
So maybe she was staying there.
And her bag was there.
Right.
But it's not like her bag had her essentials.
No, it didn't.
Her bag had just like random things she picked up.
Right.
Like,
that's weird.
There's no extra clothes. It didn't seem. Oh, it was the sweatshirt, right?
Right. Unless Noel had to give things away to the cops.
Well, we don't know if Noel spoke to the cops.
We don't know
right?
what the
Do
hell
we?
happened.
Or did I miss that and I don't remember?
No, we absolutely don't know any of that. And I don't know when we'll find out if any time. Because it doesn't make any sense.
Well, maybe because then, if it would make Noel look like he's involved.
Right.
He was like, oh, Maya was staying with me. Because if Noel obviously knew Jenna was staying there, or maybe he doesn't.
No, Maya was staying there.
I'm sorry. Why did it? Because I'm picturing Noel and Jenna entering the house. If Noel knew Maya was staying at his house, right? Then he would know, I would think, that Maya was in the house past the point
of where Garrett saw her.
Right.
Right. So he, again, would be an eyewitness. Right. So then wouldn't Veronica definitely want Noel on her person's list?
Right. But nobody knows Maya was staying at Noel's.
That's what I'm saying.
Until the girls found out today.
Then the cops definitely don't know about this.
No, I don't. That's what I'm saying. I don't think the cops know. So why?
That's messed up.
Why did Noel send the video then?
Right. Maybe it wasn't Noel. Maybe it wasn't Noel.
Came from
a locked number, and it said, now that you basically don't go through my locker.
Stay out of my locker with a smiley face.
So you're assuming it's Noel, and Spencer's assuming it's Noel. The girls at this point, I feel like should be smart and be like, was it from Noel? I'm not sure.
Also, like, we need to show the cops this, or I need to show Veronica, my mom, this.
Right, because Veronica has all the information.
And she's representing Garrett.
Right, well, she would want him out of jail, obviously. So this would make him innocent to the crime.
Right. So
I'm just like, we're piecing it together now. Hello.
So
that nobody knows about this video.
I guess this is the video comes into play. Yeah. Yeah. Unless I'm missing stuff here.
No, I don't think you are. I'm just confused as to why Noel has not given this information to the cops.
I think because
it shows that also him and Jenna didn't murder her.
That is true.
So what the hell?
But maybe it shows that why would the cops care if him and Jenna were
Unless
involved?
Jenna's saying to him, don't show this to anyone.
Right, and at the time were Jenna and Garrett together?
No, because he was with Melissa when he got arrested.
Right.
I don't know. I really don't know. I wish I remembered. I don't remember. I'm watching this with fresh eyes like you guys.
And like, would A send Spencer the video just to taunt them, but also isn't it giving a clue away? Unless it came with like, don't you dare show anybody this.
Mm-hmm.
Because what if, again, they have this video, be like, oh my gosh, we need to give this to the cops.
Right. Why don't they give this to the cops?
I mean, we don't know if they don't.
Right. They very well can still
We
give
don't
this
know.
to the cops.
Oh my gosh, I feel like my brain just got
I
like
know.
shaken up.
Before we see anything with the video, though, the girls, Hanna and Emily, in the cabin are then locked in the cabin. All the shutters are closed, apparently all locked. I don't know how this person ran around unless they had help, and slammed all the doors and windows shut so the girls couldn't get out. Who knows? Mike is like, they got there in the day, they left at night. Who knows how many hours?
Yeah.
Undetermined of how long they were there. I don't understand why they probably couldn't just like push down the door. Once they realized it was safe and nobody was there, they could have easily got out of the door, I think. Unless I'm making that up.
Well, that door on the other side of the door, the bookcase could have been pushed back.
Oh, maybe you're right.
But if you're in that room though, how do you get out? The bookcase always has to be
pushed away. I guess
that's
a good point. I didn't think about the fact that they did have to go through another door where the bookcase thing was.
Yeah.
So I guess put the bookcase in front of the door again so they couldn't get out. So Emily decides she's going to take a bat and smash the windows, which again, you're breaking and entering and now you're ruining property. And then she's trying to beat down the shutter. And Hanna decides to use the knife in Maya's bag to cut open the shutter. Huh? Not very bright, girl. And the angle, she cuts from up there, down there, and slices her leg open. Her thigh is sliced open.
What?
No, I'm sorry. This was so unnecessary just to bring fucking Wren in here. We don't need him.
I'm telling you, he must be the most charming guy
He must be.
in real life.
In real life. They're like, we need to keep him on.
Oh my God, we love this guy. What's his name in real life?
His name is...
Because I always forget.
His name, Julian Morris.
Okay. It was like, Julian, we love you so much. Can we use you in this scene? Or the writers are like, wow, he's just like the greatest guy. He brings us cupcakes.
He must be. I hope he's the sweetest person.
We got to use him. We got to use him.
Because we hate your character.
Because they just keep bringing him in when we don't need him.
Yeah, so they definitely use that for the device of she sliced her leg open. She can't go to the hospital because then Ashley will know she's at the hospital.
Well, yeah.
And she'll be in trouble, I guess. And so they have a house call of Wren going to patch Hanna up. He does.
How nice.
How nice for her. Emily then had to leave. And we're like, where's Emily? Right, she had to meet Paige. So it's just Hanna and Wren in the same room. And he patches her up and he's like, let me cook you something to eat. You got to take medication. And then at the end, when he's helping her up, he's like getting close. He's like, Hanna. And she's like, dude.
They lock eyes. Except Hannah's
not now.
like,
she's like, goodbye. Earlier in the day, he tries to tell her like, hey, we're cool. Let's go get some coffee. And she's like, no, actually, I think it's weird because you and Spencer and me and Caleb. He's like, well, you guys broke up. And she's like, well, yeah, but it's not a good idea. And he should have just left it at that.
Dude, take a hint.
He can't take a hint. And it's so pathetic to me.
Yeah.
That really he waits for these 17-year-old girls.
Yeah. He's like a predator.
He's literally a predator. And I think next week Spencer's like, he's a predator.
I can't wait to see Ella date him. Because
someone close to her age.
Add her to the roster. Not that we need to focus on Wren because who cares? He's a side character. But that's the only way to use him is with our girls.
He's just dating people.
So he has gone through Melissa,
Spencer, Hanna.
and making our way to Hanna.
Yeah. And it's just every single time there's no redeemable qualities in him. I'm not like watching him and saying, okay, he's a changed person. It's fine now that he's not that I want him to be dating underage girls, but you know, if I saw some progress into who he was, he's just a hedonist, like wants pleasure and wants to make it. I feel like at the end when she said to him, like, you saved my life, and he's like, I do it again. He's like, bye. And the way he said goodbye, it wasn't like, oh, you hurt me, I like you a lot. It's like, okay, yeah, I'll see you around and maybe I won't or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Just like how he was so aloof with Spencer.
I'll be seeing you.
I'll be seeing you around. That's how he was in the books.
Yeah.
I'll be seeing you.
I'll be seeing you.
And he was seeing you.
I'm here when you need me.
He's so despicable to me. I just really can't stand him. But the girls, anyway, they did see before that. I'm sorry, I missed at the cabin. A did write a note that I'm saving you for later.
What?
A spray painted Noel's cabin. That's vandalism.
Yeah, and like
and on the camera.
Well,
so
you were thinking that maybe A
probably destroyed it. So then therefore there's no evidence that Emily and Hanna were there too, unless they did leave that evidence. I truly don't know.
See, well, I don't know what kind of technology was around, but this would be uploaded to a cloud.
Absolutely.
If you paid for it. And I'm assuming if you have a a cabin. Is this a lake house? No. This is just a cabin.
Maybe there's a lake somewhere.
If you have a camera on, I would assume you probably have the highest tier where you pay for cloud service and that video is stored on a server. But for this purpose,
we'll just pretend like it was maybe destroyed. Yeah. Vic asks, will Wren cause problems between Caleb and Hanna? Or is this like the end of it?
I kind of feel like this is the end of it for now. Because what are we going to do? We're going to keep trying. I mean, Hannah's not giving in.
No, thank goodness.
So that's why it makes me feel like it's kind of over.
Mm-hmm.
I actually was shocked that she wasn't more forward with like her and Caleb and telling that her and Caleb were back together. I know she's proceeding with caution.
Yeah, I guess she's just afraid that if anyone were to find out, then A would have leverage.
Right.
I mean, she did tell Emily. It's clear that A is everywhere at all times, and A probably knows that her and Caleb have, I guess, back together. How can you be back together and not really see each other? I guess they'll make it work, but
taking it slow.
Right?
Yeah.
Reconnecting slowly.
Yeah.
Who knows? Who's not reconnecting is Toby and Spencer. At least he did give her a reach out like, I'm good. I'm just in Bucks County because I'm waiting for the lease or whatever for the loft. So he's not in the episode yet again.
Okay.
But hey, he called her. So there's that. Positive. She's just so distraught that she got a B in physics. Bless her. Bless her. A B in physics? Physics was one of the hardest classes in high school.
I know. Last week we spoke about her getting the grades.
Yeah. I just... she's like, I got a B. Like,
did you take physics so you could go to Six Flags?
Six Flags, yeah. It was a really hard class, though.
Yeah, I did. I was like,
again,
this
with
isn't
the math
worth it.
problems. I keep turning the button off. Math and I don't do a dance. We don't.
Same. That's why I was like, I'll drive myself to Six Flags. I'm not sitting through physics.
So, yeah, if I didn't have friends in the class, I definitely wouldn't have taken it. But
did you pass?
By the skin of my teeth, girl. It was hard.
Did you need it though? It's by senior year. Like I didn't. It wasn't required for me.
It wasn't required, but I don't.
But most people took it so they could go to Six Flags.
Yeah, but I feel like I needed another science credit or something. I don't remember why I would put myself through this torture. And my teacher was a loony. She would drown Barbie dolls.
Oh,
she was a loony patoonie.
Mm-hmm.
I got a lot of laughs in that class.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But she got to be in physics. Good for her. Spencer's job basically in this episode is to spy on Noel. So she makes sure that he is not around. She actually initially just goes right up to him and she's like, what do you know about Maya? And he tells her, I knew her. We were like texting friends. I would sell her weed sometimes.
Yeah.
That was it. And he's like, oh, I think it's hot. You think I could kill someone.
Oh, God. So good. No. With your purple V-neck. Get out of here.
And then Brittany's like, what was that walk?
Oh,
he walked away. He's like, It's so funny. Yeah. So later on, Spencer breaks into Noel's gym locker while he's at practice. There must have been a lot of time that has passed that she was waiting for those other guys to leave, because the fact that he came right back in. She was looking through his phone to see if he had contact with Maya, he didn't have her at least listed under Maya in his phone.
Or he deleted it.
Or he deleted it. I still would have been like trying to find out who else he's been talking to. Like, what does him and Jenna talk about?
Well, I mean,
it's really not.
We're crunched for time here, so
we're crunched for time. It's also not really her business, but
right.
he ends up finding her there.
Yeah.
And she runs out. The way she like runs out, she just says nothing. It runs out.
She uses everyone else coming in as a distraction. Yeah. Also, is the timing of this episode is very weird because you have Spencer in school. Emily and Hannah are home during the day, not at home. And then Noel is in school, then goes to the coffee shop,
then goes to practice.
Back at school. And it's all daytime. What?
It's all during the day. Are we to assume that Noel left school? I mean, I think they just didn't think it out properly.
Or like when you're a senior, you get out earlier.
Maybe he got out earlier. He went to go see his girlfriend at the coffee place and then went back for practice. Who knows?
Who knows? It was just like the timing was really weird in this episode.
Yes, it was. None of it made sense, but the fantasy.
Yeah.
So then this is when Spencer gets this blocked email and says, stay out of my locker. So we're to assume that it's from Noel, and it's the surveillance footage that takes us the whole episode to watch. And we're like, can anyone watch this in like 2x time?
What was taking
Can
Spencer
we watch?
so
Can we
long?
fast forward it?
What? Or is it, or did it make it seem like Spencer was taking forever, or was Spencer actually
just trying to dissect it?
Like fast forwarding on her own time and dissecting it, and then we only saw parts where she did. Because like, why wouldn't you scrub through this video?
Right.
Unless she's studying each frame.
Right. And she does scrub through it because she ends up finding that Maya is riding her bike up there. And when she looks at the date of the video, it's April 12th, which is the day that Maya was killed. Mm-hmm. And we know that she had seen Garrett around 9 and that she was murdered from anywhere from like 10 to 1 a.m. or something like that. And so this video is around 9 p.m. at the cabin, and then Maya pulls up. So it's like, okay, Garrett wasn't the last person to see her. And then we see Noel and Jenna pull up. They go in the house, and then she gathers all the girls so they can watch Maya being taken out of the frame by someone.
Yeah.
Not Garrett because he was in jail. Not Jenna or Noel. They were in the house. So Vic says, why would Noel care to give her this video? Kat adds, why wouldn't Noel share the video of Maya with the police if this eliminates him and Jenna as suspects? Thank you. This is exactly what we wanted to know. I don't know why he cares.
Well,
just not want people snooping around his business, and he's like, here, I'll just give them this.
Maybe he's hiding something else.
Bait, right? Distraction
and right
for something.
Now he's not a suspect, so he's not eliminating anything.
Right? They never looked into him.
No.
And I guess if they would have seen this video, he definitely would have been questioned.
Yes.
Definitely could have been a suspect.
Yeah.
But then again, maybe not.
Yeah.
Or anyone, maybe, what's his brother's name? Eric. Mm-hmm. Maybe other people staying at there are other people in that cabin all the time. Who knows? I'm going to use it. He's probably trying to deflect from something else.
I think so.
Or I'm thinking like Jenna wants him to hide something and she doesn't want it out.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so.
So Britt asks, with all this Maya stuff, that crosses off Garrett, Noel, Jenna from the suspect list. Any other suspects come to mind?
No.
Do you think it's someone that we know who had murdered her?
Yes.
And or Allie?
Yes, but no at the same time. Like, it would be fun if it was yes, because they're like
under your nose,
right?
Yeah.
But truthfully, no.
Right.
I don't know. I still keep going back to Holden. I know he didn't do it, that he was a part of the.
I know. When are we gonna see Holden again?
The symbol party.
Yeah. Mike adds, how long do you think it will be until they reveal who Maya's killer is?
Hopefully this season.
Okay.
I think the end of season 3 will reveal who Maya's killer was. I wonder if Maya's killer was somebody that attends Eric's parties and it was like by accident.
Ooh.
But that grabbing.
The grab.
But what if it was like, and then we're going to see from her point of view and be like, oh, why did you do that, Eric?
Mm-hmm.
Or whomever.
Right.
And then it's actually not what we think it is.
Right.
Kind of like with the videos with
Allie and Ian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like, right, there's more to the story that you don't see initially.
Right. Like, it's a disturbing video from where it cuts, but maybe it's actually not what it seems.
Right. Yeah.
Which is probably what it is, actually.
Okay. We'll see.
Imagine if it was like, no, it's not. If it was like Emily in her blackout state. Imagine. And Emily
fugue state.
totally forgot that occurred.
Oh, God.
No,
that would be something.
Yeah.
And then we have our last scene, which is with their collection of hoodies.
It seems like they're getting settled in Unit A.
In their apartment, right? And they're watching the news, which starts to be coverage of Garrett's potential trial. But then they change the channel. They don't care about that. They want to watch Wheel of Fortune. So Kate asks, A is watching Wheel of Fortune. Is that a clue? Who would that point to, if any person?
I don't think that's a clue. I think that's just funny. Of just like, oh, let's just change the channel. A is just like us. We just need like background, easy
background noise
TV to zone out to while I unpack and try to guess the words.
Mike asks if we are a fan of Wheel of Fortune. I haven't watched in a really long time.
Yeah, I mean, this came on, Wheel of Fortune came on at night.
Yeah.
But I always, if we're talking like gamey shows,
yeah,
I love The Price is Right.
What show would you, that's your favorite show. What show would you think you'd actually be good at?
Nothing. Maybe Family Feud.
Family Feud. I think maybe I'd be okay at Family Feud. I'm pretty good at that.
Setting.
Yeah, that would be so much fun.
I would be terrible at Jeopardy.
Terrible.
I would be terrible at Who Wants to Be a Millionaire.
Oh my God, same. Are you smarter than a fifth grader?
No. Definitely not.
Definitely not.
But Family Feud.
No, Family Feud is it.
Group of people.
That's my favorite one, and that's the one I would be good at.
Owen. So my
because I'm so good at what's that one? Categories.
Right.
I'm really good at that one.
My mom loves Family Feud, so she watches it with Owen, and now Owen claps for Steve Harvey.
Oh, don't we all?
That was Price is Right, actually.
Oh,
yeah, that was Price is Right theme song. But anyway,
right.
Wait, was that?
I don't know. Are you?
No, you think you're right.
I think I'm right.
I'm like merging the two here. Anyway, Family Feud is highly entertaining.
Good. It's a good one.
Is that Price is Right?
That one's Price is Right. Yeah.
Okay. I was like, anyway. Good stuff.
Yes. All right. Lucky Leon's ladle. Ben and Jerry's coffee, buzz. Oh my goodness.
Is this just espresso?
Right? It's coffee, ice cream with espresso bean fudge chunks. Ooh. This week's flavor is dedicated to the coffee owner who's trying to charm Ella as much as he's charming us. Also, the Jolt coffee gives your body. So also the Jolt, I guess that coffee gives your body is similar to the jolt my body got when I saw Maya being taken.
Ooh, yeah.
Once again, 4 out of 5 scoops.
Thanks, Mike.
Thank you, Mike.
Wow.
Love coffee ice cream. And chocolate covered espresso beans. Trader Joe's chocolate covered espresso beans. Oh,
that's a lot in an ice cream.
That is a lot.
To have coffee ice cream and then the chocolate covered
espresso beans.
Yeah. Buzz.
Is there like actual coffee in coffee ice cream now, or is it just like extract?
That's such
or like concentrate?
Question.
It's probably like concentrate.
Is there caffeine in that ice cream?
It's definitely in the espresso beans. I don't know about the coffee.
The coffee?
Yeah, itself.
Yeah.
MVP?
Yeah.
We might have the same one because I thought about it a little bit. And
okay.
On 3.
Yeah.
3, 2, 1. Zach.
Ella.
Nice.
Zach gets this week's cutie award.
Yeah.
I wrote that down for my cutie of the week. Zach.
We should do cutie of the week, but instead of it like being it should be an orange. That will be the graphic for this week. I will work on that.
Zestful. But yeah, okay, you chose Zach as your MVP.
I just thought that he, like we said, he's confident. I liked that he felt actually like really comfortable talking to Arya, and they had that rapport where he's also a divorced parent kid, and they just had a really good, nice conversation, and he's just genuine.
Yeah.
So far.
So far. Yeah.
I think he's genuine.
Yeah, and my MVP was Ella. I just like how she was having honest conversations with Arya, And then she had an honest conversation with Zach and where she's at. I love it.
Me too.
Big fan.
Big fan.
Big fan. Yeah.
Shittiest?
Yep.
You have one?
I do.
3, 2, 1,
Wren. Oh, Nate is so I want to change mine to Nate.
You can
Let's
change
just
it
make
to
it
Nate.
unanimous. It is Nate. I don't.
His hurt ego is so unattractive.
Yeah, grief is hard.
Absolutely. I think it's more than grief though. I think he just is a hot-headed person. And I don't like that.
Yeah, I wish he would go to therapy.
Me too.
Yeah. Yeah.
But Wren sucks.
He
always sucks.
And he cannot take a hint.
He can't.
It's like he can't help himself.
Yeah, he really can't. He really can't. That's what it is about him. He has no moral compass. He's like, I'm going to do whatever I want with no repercussions.
He's helpful, though, I guess. He's always here to help them.
Luckily, he's a doctor.
And he has his own place if you ever need a place to crash.
Right.
I can help you with the psych place. I can help you with stitches. I can help you get
he's
into
a good
room.
resource to have, but you have to pay a price.
That's right.
It's not without a favor.
That's right.
And that's so sketchy.
Yeah.
Cringe. How cringe are we going?
Well, we laughed a lot.
When Emily said she's getting really good at a good swirl, I thought that was so funny. She's like, you want me to make you a cappuccino? I got a really good swirl. We're getting a really good swirl or something. And I was like, no, girl. No.
Oh, man. 5.
Okay. That was a little higher than I was going to go.
Oh, really?
But then again, with the cabin scene, which is so highly unrealistic.
I think I'm merging what I just laughed and found unrealistic and cringy.
Right. Yeah.
So we can lower it.
Also, Hannah's outfits. They're not good.
They are not
This
good.
is like we're on the 10th episode, and every week it's pretty bad, except for when she was wearing that really cute leather jacket.
Yeah.
That was it. I have found them all to be so bad.
I like ugly outfits.
You know, but this is
I
very
like some interesting things.
Go into a club, 2012, business casual, but the colors
weird.
not working. Not working.
So
I really actually, Britt had said she really liked Arya's polka dotted sweat jacket.
It was cute.
That I thought looked
it's
so
like a bomber
cute.
jacket.
Yeah, her whole look with her hair, we never really see her hair up. She just looked youthful and cute.
Her yoga look.
But I loved that on her. We see her in so much
I wasn't
stuff.
a fan of the cement collection necklace.
What the hell?
Someone poured cement and then poured rocks and little trinkets, and then
I would love
Arya
to hear
was
what
like,
Lucy has to say about Arya's wardrobe,
the weight of the jewelry.
because I know Ashley Benson at Epicons was talking about how she was in heels pretty much all day long because Hanna was a fashionista, always wearing heels, and she's like, I don't miss that. I'm like, I wonder what Lucy would say about I don't miss 2-ton necklaces and 2-ton earrings on my ears.
Yeah,
because they give her some wild jewelry.
Yeah, at least she got to be
You wear forks
cozy
for
in
earrings.
her yoga outfit. This episode.
She just looked so youthful and adorable, and I really liked that outfit.
Yeah.
Okay, so the end of the episode, I'm going to give you the title for 311, which is Single Fright Female. I love it.
Cute.
My secret. Shh. LOL. Remember when we didn't remember what happened to the videos? Well, we found them. That's not my secret, but it's a part of my secret because last week we were like, what happened to those videos? What they were on a flash drive, remember? That Spencer threw to Ian in the church all those years ago, season 1 finale. She threw his home videos at him, but I guess she did it where obviously nobody picked them up. And now they're still at the church, and Pastor Ted found the drive and he watched something. Oh. Yeah.
Wow. So does Pastor Ted tell Ashley this? Be like, hey.
He's like, hey, there's your daughter's on these videos.
You said your daughter's not in trouble
or
wrong.
But
yeah. Wow.
just funny that not funny. I guess they did this on purpose where they were talking to Jenna and Jenna's like, where's the videos? Are they safe? And Spencer's like, yeah, they're safe. But they didn't actually, it was a red herring. Like they weren't safe. The girls didn't know where they were because nobody knew where the flash drive was.
How
I
come
guess
these
they
girls
assumed,
don't
I think they
back
assumed
anything
Ian took it.
up?
So
Why
that's
don't
not
we-
safe.
Why don't we back anything up? We have to back things up. You know what we should do? This is sidebar here, but we should get Caleb in now that he knows about hay, and you're going to become our head IT guy.
Yeah, tech guy.
Anything we find, you're going to back up or create a server for us or whatever IT.
Yeah, in a way that like you have it multiple places so that if A finds one of them, they can't find multiple.
Right. And like, let's put it on a flash drive and we'll each have one and maybe we'll hide them and
Something.
bury it. Like, this has to be.
Something has to be done.
Get Caleb doing what Caleb just does
Right.
best.
We need better organization here.
And then Toby will find a role for you.
He can build something.
You can build
the safe.
You
a
can
safe or
build
something.
the safe that the flash drives
There you go.
and the storage goes into.
Because Caleb's not touching anything handy. He's not a handy person.
No. Wow. Okay. So these videos. Oh, that's. Ooh.
Yo.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder. I can't believe. Does Ted? He watches all of them?
No.
Maybe he also scrubs through it.
I can tell you which one he doesn't watch is Ashley and Wilden. Thank goodness.
Oh my goodness.
Because that could be a problem.
I do think though that Ted will this is going to get back to the girls, or maybe it doesn't. But Ashley is going to be the one to ask Hannah about it, maybe.
Yeah.
Because Ted will go to Ashley about it.
Yep.
Be like, I want you to have this before this gets out.
Mm-hmm.
This puts me in a tricky
Bad
situation,
Mhm.
Ashley. But
yeah, he's like, I really like you, but this is bad.
This is bad. This is real bad.
Yeah.
Wow.
Mhm.
Okay. We are heating up here.
We are. We're almost to the midway mark.
Yeah.
There's 23. So we're close to the mid-season finale,
Okay.
which is a good one.
Yeah.
I also got an email from A who says, hey, chicas.
Oh.
How come you never get the subtle hints I send you? LOL. I sent the email right at midnight because I wanted you to sing. So the email for when we came back, they had sent it to me midweek, and I thought that was weird, not realizing it was New Year's Eve into New Year's Day, and it was a New Year's Day song. So sorry, I am a slow person over here. Okay. He says, I thought I was giving a hint to nudge you in the right direction, but evidently it wasn't a hard enough nudge, so let me try again. I have said segments she forgot, and then I mentioned liquids and liquors. Now were there any segments that involved liquids? I hope this doesn't. Oh, God. Please hold. I gotta get into position because Alyssa reading at 9 p.m. Okay.
Yeah, I know.
It also helps that I don't proofread these before I should and go in with punctuation just in case there wasn't any. But,
Oh, okay.
I had said segments she forgot, and then I mentioned liquors and liquids. Now, were there any segments that involved liquids? I hope this nudge doesn't leave you astray. I wonder if you mean the pretty poison that I eliminated from season 1. Is that what you're talking about? That's what they're talking about.
How are we? Oh my gosh, they liked that.
I'm sorry.
Hey,
I don't drink anymore, so
remember that.
Did
we do that for 5 seconds?
Yeah, there was a segment in 3 Gossip Girls where I really was a creative bitch, and I was like, let's do all these cocktails and mocktails, and we did them all the time.
Yeah.
I wanted to incorporate that in the start of this podcast, but it was getting to be too many things.
Yeah.
It was too many things. And, we eliminated it without saying anything. So
okay,
maybe
so
that's what
we
you
just
meant.
figured it out.
I think
that's
what
the segment.
I think that's what they're talking
we
about.
got rid of, and that was Lissa's liquids.
Right. That
Okay.
makes sense.
Got it. Noted.
I guess I'll spell it out next week if you still don't get it. now that that's out of the way, Happy New Year. What are your goals for 2025? One of mine is to come up with a good way to reveal myself or keep staying hidden. I don't know yet. Till next time. P.S. Stop saying I'm tired. I'm not. I just decided to try to be nice, and sometimes I don't have nice things to say. You never know how long that will last.
A is spicy.
Happy
Remember,
New Year.
A's like, maybe we're friends.
Maybe we're
LOL.
not.
Happy holidays.
Maybe we're not.
No, A's like, stop putting words in my mouth.
Yeah. They're not tired. That's fine. Good.
And their goal for 2025
is to figure out a way to reveal yourself. I would love that more than anything ever.
Love it. We're going to have just
liquids.
A show up in a Zoom watch. That's how A's going to reveal themselves.
How fun would that be?
In a hood.
Oh my God. How
You're
fun
welcome.
would that be?
You're welcome if you don't have an idea.
If you don't have an idea.
Although that would creep me out. I
that
think.
would, but should I invite A from Rosewood, PA on our Zoom? Let's make it happen. And then that way you can come in. You don't have to have your name, because it shows the name at first. It could just be A. And then you could be in a hoodie. And then maybe by the end of the Zoom, you can really reveal yourself. I'm just giving you an idea because that would be so much fun.
If you're into
so let me know if you want me to add you to the Zoom, or maybe I should just do it, and you guys can come in whenever.
Right. Well, what if
unless they're not a
patron?
patron? I'm assuming you're a patron. That's just my assumption. But
yeah, no, we shouldn't do that.
I
was assuming that it would be one of our patrons who shows up.
Right.
We're not going to invite that email.
No.
It would just
forget all that.
No, that was a great idea. But I'm thinking one of our patrons is A, and they will show up in the hood on reveal night whenever they decide to reveal themselves.
That would be so fun.
It would also be funny if there's 5 A's that show up.
The A team.
But then we would be like, who normally comes? And then we would do elimination.
Yeah.
Be like, if it's Vic and 5 A's, we know Vic is not A. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or the usual that come. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, interesting.
I think out of all people, we can justify that Vic is not A.
I don't think Vic is A. I don't think Vic is A. Vic is a newbie.
I don't think Vic is A. But everyone else,
but if Vic was A, very impressive.
Very good. Very good.
Yeah. Okay. I look forward to the future reveal.
Me too.
Yeah.
Next week, 311. Cannot wait.
Like the band?
Yes.
Amber is the color of your
311.
That was 311, right?
Mm-hmm.
Us getting our pop culture references just wrong. So wrong.
Oh yeah. We have to correct ourselves. Sorry, last week Fred was not played by Matt. It was actually Freddie Prinze Jr. who played Fred. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
The person who didn't know said the wrong thing, and then Michelle's like, yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah. But thank you for that.
Yeah, thank you for the correction.
And thank you for everyone who joined us in our Zoom. And we'll see you again next week. Another week down. January is coming to a close. What? Oh. A ruckus is happening, so we gotta go.
Bye.
Bye.